Yesterday we looked at how we could use the idea of length times width to be able to help us to figure out areas of a rectangle. But often in life we're dealing with shapes that don't appear to be very um, easy to be able to see that there's rectangles involved. But let's take a look at this shape. If we take a look at this shape, I can see here that I could make a rectangle here, and I could also make a rectangle there. So what I could do in this particular case is I could say that this would be rectangle 1 and that would be rectangle 2. But I could also see that I could make a rectangle here and make it rectangle 3. Now I have to deal with this shape here. Now you recognize that as a triangle, and the triangle is related to a rectangle, because watch this. If I make this triangle twice as big and I flip it over, it can actually make a rectangle. So the area of a triangle is actually base times height divided by 2. So we've got the base here and the height here, and that would give us a rectangle, but we only want half the rectangle. That's why there's a divide by 2. So let's call this object 4. So we know that the total area in this case is going to be the area of rectangle 1 plus the area of rectangle 2 plus the area of rectangle 3 plus we're going to have the area of a triangle. Okay, so let's figure out what this would look like. So my total area, so here's my math plan. Now let's do a formula plan. So that would be length 1, width 1, plus length 2, width 2, plus length of the third one times the width of the third one, plus base times height divided by 2. Cool. So now what I can do is I can put in my numbers, my number plan. So in the case of this, I've got the length is 1, 2, 3, 4 by 2. So I've got 4 times 2 plus the length of the second one is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 is 17 times the width. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 17 times 5 plus the third one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 3. 9 times 3 plus base times height divided by 2. Well, my base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 3. 8 times 3 divided by 2. Cool. Now, the last thing I want to do is I want to be able to calculate these and find what my answer is. Cool. All right, so let's try that same idea with the second one. Do we see any rectangles that make sense to us? Well, I see that I could do it, and now we could do it a whole bunch of different ways, but I see that we've got a rectangle here like this. Everybody see that one? And I could cut this piece off here. So I would say that there's a rectangle here, and um, let's call it rectangle, the first one. And here's the second one. And this is not quite a triangle. You notice that there's one right here. So that would be the third rectangle, and then there's a triangle. So my math plan would be that the total area would be area of the first shape plus area of the second shape plus area of the third shape plus area of the fourth shape, which we know is a triangle. Great. So try that on that first assignment.